This is Ray.
This is Andy.
This is FDS NFL. And Andy, we're finally talking NFL again. We just finished up our Bills predict the Browns schedule. Now we're going to be talking Browns predicting the Bills schedule.
Yes, I'm looking forward to this. I've got a good outlook on the Bills, I think. I'm somewhat positive. As a Browns fan, I pay way more attention to the Browns than anything else, but I listen to a lot of podcasts, I read a lot of stuff, and it's generally a mixed bag on the Bills. There are some people that I think just aren't really looking at them, so they're just taking them for granted that they aren't going to be very good. And then there's other people that think they're going to be sneaky good and sneak up on people.
Sports.
Like I've always said, as long as you've known me, nothing matters until you found the quarterback. In Cleveland, I feel like I can say that we have. In Buffalo, I can't yet. I cannot say that you found the quarterback. I think this year, very early in the season, is going to be when you find out whether you did or not. But you've definitely found a quarterback athletic enough to steal some games and put the team on his shoulders. As long as he can stay healthy, it'll be interesting. So,
Browns fan. Sorry.
Go ahead. All right. You want me to play the schedule game?
Let's play the schedule game.
Here we go. This is how I see it going down, or at least this is. Let's just say this is how I see this. I see this as the floor for the Bills, and we'll talk a little bit about how much I think it could change. Opening week, you guys are visiting the Jets, so a big division rival right off the bat. I think that's just a normal time game, right? Like 1 o'clock, something like that. There's way more hype with the Jets at the moment than there is with the Bills. I think the Bills are going to sneak up on the Jets week 1. I think this new coaching arrangement in New York with Adam Gase trying to coexist with Greg Williams. I see what you're doing. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'll see if I can work some graphics into that. Huh? I think the Bills win week 1, beat the Jets. The Jets are heartbroken. Okay, we've had enough here. Okay, week 2. Still in New York, going to play the Giants. Now, that'll be an interesting game. I think the Giants are garbage. Absolute garbage. They
have no wide receivers.
Well, and even they're sitting there talking about how they're thin at wide receiver because Corey Coleman got hurt. Corey Coleman sucks.
He's terrible.
Corey Coleman was cut by the Browns and then cut by the Bills.
Yeah.
You had no receivers.
And the Patriots. Then he went to the Patriots.
You had no receivers before that even happened. And then Sterling Shepard was the... Anyways, so I think the Bills come out 2-0. I won't even be able to listen to you at this point. Josh Allen probably threw for 170 yards in each of those games, and it wouldn't even matter. The guy is John Elway at this point, and the Bills are 2-0, and this is going to get crazy because guess what? You guys now have the Bengals coming into town. Another win.
Another win.
The Bills parking lot, the National Guard or whatever it's called in the States is called in. Several people have jumped off of roofs, through tables, through the roofs of cars, whatever you want. The Bills are 3-0, and the Bills fan base is a little injured, but they're fine. They're shaking it off.
And in comes New England.
And that's a loss.
That I will be at the game doing everything I possibly can.
Yeah.
I've got 3 laser pointers I'm bringing to the game, Andy.
Yeah.
I'm going to have both of them going in Brady's eyes.
Yeah.
It's going to be fantastic.
Right. Belichick's going to roll into Buffalo. He's going to say, hey, you see that right there? That's Bill's optimism. I'm going to step on that. Loss. Patriots take the win. They then move on to one of Ray's favorite cities in the world, Nashville, Tennessee. The Titans are way better than we ever want to think that they are. The Bills need to bounce back big on the road, and they do not. They lose to the Titans on the road.
Hold on a second. You do know I was in the locker room, right?
Yeah.
I was in the Titans locker room.
Yep.
I can tell you all right now they're going to have a pretty... they're going to have an issue that they're going to be dealing with about week 5 in the season. Anyways, okay. I can tell you the Bills are going to win that one.
I'll ask no more. So at this point, in my prediction, they are 3-2 going into their bye week. Coming out of the bye week, the Dolphins are visiting in Buffalo. The Dolphins are always a way tougher matchup to the Bills than they should be. And they usually split, I believe. Tell me if I'm wrong on that one. But I have the Bills coming out of their bye and beating the Dolphins. They are now at 4-2.
Okay.
The fan base is back in business. They are unbearable once again. And then the Eagles come to town. And the Eagles bring them back to life, or back down to earth a little bit. The Eagles get the win.
Will Carson Wentz be playing at this time? I don't think you will be.
I don't know. The only thing I do know is I didn't interrupt you nearly this much as
Sorry.
you were going through the Browns schedule.
I just want to ask
That's
you a
the
question.
only thing I can tell. I
want to know if you took that into account.
I am assuming Carson Wentz will be playing in this game.
All right,
of course. Then the Redskins show up. Everybody's thinking, well, they're pushovers. They've got a rookie quarterback that's probably playing at this point. The Redskins come into Buffalo, and they get the win. The Redskins
are winning?
The Redskins are winning. They are beating Buffalo. And then Buffalo travels to Cleveland. Now, I've got a good line of sight on the Browns and what happens in games like this. And this is a classic game where the Browns, especially if they're in talks to win their division or they're in position to win their division, for them to lose. And I have the Bills going into Cleveland and beating Cleveland.
What?
Because that is the type of game that the Bills would win, and that is the type of game that the Browns would lose.
Wow.
I have the Bills going on the road to Cleveland.
It's pretty good for you, Andy.
Yeah,
pretty
I'm
good.
also, this may or may not be me playing head games with the football gods. I don't know. You can take it for what it is. The Bills travel down to Miami. Like I said, they're splitting with Miami. They are losing on the road in Miami. They return back, and the Broncos are in town with Joe Flacco. I've got a bit more faith in him than some people, though not a lot. But the Broncos beat the Bills at this point. The Broncos really hand them a bad one. I'm hoping everybody's healthy at this point, and I am assuming that Josh Allen, the big strong kid that he is, with all the shots that he's taken to this point in the season to carry the Bills to the number of wins that they have so far, is still on his feet and still playing. In time to go down to Dallas and play in Dallas and lose that game. They will then have the Ravens come to town, and at this point, the league has figured out the Ravens' offense. The Bills going on a little bit of a losing kick here in the last 5 games may also be a factor of the league figuring them out a little bit too. The Ravens are going to lose to the Bills. The Bills are going to get a big win against the Ravens. That'll give them their 6th win of the season going into their final 2 games. They will go to Pittsburgh. They will lose in Pittsburgh.
3 games. You got 3 games left.
After the Ravens?
Yeah. Steelers, Patriots, Jets.
Oh, the Jets are at the end of the...
Yeah, Jets are final game.
All right. So they beat the Ravens. They go in and they visit the Steelers. They lose. They go on the road. They visit the Patriots. They lose. And then they have the Jets at home. And they lose.
What?
So I'm predicting 6-10 for the Bills.
6-10. All right.
Now, I view this as the floor for the Bills. I actually think the Bills could win 9 games this year.
Okay.
And those, and again, where those wins are, I don't think they'll be the obvious ones. I don't think like me saying that they're going to beat the Redskins, that's too obvious, right?
Okay.
I think they're going to beat some good teams and surprise if, they come out and win 9 games or so, which I think is their ceiling. But for the sake of this, I'm just going to use common sense and I'm just going to be conservative. And I'm going to go with 6-10. And as disappointing as you look right now, and the Bills fans that are watching this are ready to unleash on me in the comments, I just want you to know that I have Ray on the record recorded as well, saying that he's predicting 6-10 for the Bills as well. So
I never predicted
nice try.
6-10 for the Bills.
I have it on the record.
It's 10-6,
recorded
folks.
Audio.
10-6, and I got 2 words for your 6-10. Ed Oliver, check this kid out. He's gonna demolish offensives this year.
Yes, that rookie is going to put the team and the defense on his back.
Thanks for checking us out, folks. Leave your comments, likes in the
or unlikes
below.
I think there'll be a few of those.
Thank you.
Thanks.